Has anyone here heard of a man called Howard Hill? Not Harry Hill, who does a couple of Saturday night TVs. Has anyone heard of Howard Hill? Anybody? Okay, Howard Hill was a guy who was probably best known for archery. And Howard Hill was amazing at archery. It was the only thing he could actually do, and it was the only thing he excelled in, but he was absolutely brilliant at it. He entered 287 competitions. In those 287 competitions, he won them all. Every competition he went in, he won. It was rumoured that he killed with one arrow a buffalo, because he knew where to hit it. He was rumoured to have killed a Bengal tiger, an elephant, and he also killed an 18-foot shark that was under 15 feet of water. 18-foot shark under 15 feet of water. He was absolutely amazing with a bow and arrow. But as he got older, his eyesight started to go. And on his 287th competition, he decided to put down the bow and put down the arrow. Because his reason for that was, I can't hit a target that I can't see. Now that quote is quite famous for anybody that's done anything on target setting and goal setting, but it is very, very true. You can't hit a target that you can't see. Target setting, we've done it in assemblies, we've talked about smart targets, we've talked about targets in terms of starting off with a review, which will be things to do with SWOT analysis, your strengths, your weaknesses, but you need to understand the targets that it is that you want to achieve. My schooling was very different to Miss Allen's in the fact that I wasn't the smart student in school. I wasn't the top end, I was the very bottom end. And I had to do very different things to put me in the position that I am today. Hand on heart, I'm only 32, I know I look younger, but I am only 32. And if you were to go back to the school where I went to, Bridgewater High School in Warrington, and you were to speak to any of my teachers and you were to tell them what I'd done today, the majority would probably laugh. They would probably say, Povey, you're joking, aren't you? And I had a brother who's 2 years older than me, and he was very, very, very intelligent. He was in the top percentile. And along came me, short, quite rotund, bad behaviour, bad attitude, and I had a very different way that I had to climb the ladder. But what I did do was not take no for an answer. What I didn't do is let people, as Miss Allen said, pigeonhole you, put you in a box. That's you, that's what you'll achieve. Oh, you come from there, so that's what you'll get. Oh, well, you can't behave in lessons, so that's what you're going to come out with. 97% of people in this country do not set targets. 97% of people don't do it. Yeah, they'll do a New Year's resolution. We talked about that in assembly. Yeah, they'll say, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to start exercising, I'm going to sort my finances out and save 500 quid every month. They're going to set those kind of New Year's resolutions, but the average time that people last on a New Year's resolution is 10 days. They can't stick to those targets because they don't know how to set a target, they don't know what to do to get to where they want to be. And that's what today's about for me. Target setting is fantastic. Be the 3%. By the end of today, you should be the 3%. There won't be other schools doing this. This is going to give you an edge. You are going to become that 3%. Simon talked about it in terms of jobs and applications in college places. I mentioned the X factor. Everybody's talked about getting the edge. That 3% of people that set targets, that's where we've got to be at. But here's the thing. Those targets have got to be relevant, they've got to be meaningful, and finally, you as young people have to own those targets. I'm not great with data. Nowhere near what Miss Allen can do or Mr. Ince can do with data. They can look at data and they can interpret it, it makes sense to them. They love it, it seems at times. They love their data. But if you're sat there today and you're looking down your booklet and it's just figures, and you're glazing over like I would do, don't let that happen. Don't just take a grade and expect that to be where you're going to end up, because it's not meaningful. You've got to add meaning to your targets, and that's where the ownership thing comes in. You've got to buy into it, you've got to own it. They've got to be something to you. You've got to start looking at what the target looks like. Howard Hill is not going to kill an elephant with one arrow if he doesn't know exactly where he's got to hit it, It's that exacting of the target and knowing how you've got to go about doing what you're doing to get you to where you need to be. As a year group, you are massively talented. Massively talented. And to boot with it, you're a fantastic group of people. Winning formula as far as I'm concerned. You've got it all. So be the 3%, get the edge, gain the advantage, and get the success.